everybody. You can see me now. Had to wake up super early because when we first boarded the ship, there you can see me again. When we first boarded the ship, the crew had to take my passport because apparently when entering the UK there is an issue where they want to take the passports of all people who are not from England or the UK or Europe. And now I have to go back and get it, which is super fun. I think it's on the 6th floor. I can just walk up. The really annoying and crazy part, the ship is like completely empty because it's super freaking early. The really crazy part is that this happens every single time I've ever entered the UK. It's always a problem, there's always an issue. There's always some type of passport thing, there's always some type of, I don't know what the heck it is, but clearly I'm not the only one who has to go, so gotta do that right now. And then I'm gonna try to have breakfast, which I think is, alrighty, I'm gonna try and get my passport now. Alrighty, just got done. We've officially docked. You can see like other like freights and stuff like passing by us now. Alright, that might have officially been like actually the easiest passport control I've ever had. They were actually super friendly. I've had some before who were quite mean and were very invasive with their questions. Also, apologies if you can hear or like not hear me that well because of the mask. You have to wear it everywhere. I sent a photo to a friend and she kind of laughed. She's like, why are you wearing your mask? And I'm like, well, you know, pandemic. So everything I say is kind of muffled. Going back down to the room, I'm gonna try and get something to put on. It's a bit cold on the boat today. I never remember which way I have to walk. I think it's left. And then from there, I'm gonna have some breakfast, but we can't. Is this the right way? Oh, yeah. Can't leave the boat still for another couple of hours for whatever the reason is. But I'm glad I got to do my check early, simply because I'm not European, which I guess is a bit of a plus in a sort of way. Hello. Once again, the confusion when people, because no one else is vlogging except for me. So whenever somebody sees me, like they're like, what the f is he doing? Okay, oh, thank you for that. I would have fallen. Just got out, finally. That is, I mean, when you talk about unorganized, it's the most unorganized thing in the entire world. It took 2 hours to actually get off the boat. So much checking had to be done. Now we're trying to figure out where the central... Okay. Nice and we can walk through the park. We'll figure it out. Just got to Southampton. Here's the ship, bus, boat, terminal thing. I'm gonna assume we can walk through this park.
I hope so. There should be an exit on the other side, at least for people who are walking.
It's so weird. You would assume, just an assumption, it's Germany. They'd have a bit more slight maybe organization. There were thousands of people. I thought I saw like a little door exit. If not, we can just flip around or swing around it. There were 3,000 people trying to exit the boat, and there was one person checking everybody's card. Card reader wasn't working. Oh boy, we're gonna have to swing around, aren't we? Oh, right there, exit, okay.
And then just left on the street and then follow the street.
Perfect. Okay, we should be able to actually even see the ships from the actual city.
Well, at least this one, because it's more or less obscured.
As long as we find the IKEA, we'll be fine. So, not sure what this is, but it looks like the scariest hospital I've ever seen in my entire life. I don't think it's a block of flats. Pretty sure that's a hospital. Anyway, we finally got to, or inside Southampton. We left the, what do you call it? The terminal. Nothing here makes sense. Maybe just because I haven't been to the UK in like a couple of years, but like there was a street that we tried to cross that had like all this traffic. It wasn't a highway, by the way. And there was no crossing signal. Like you couldn't even see if the light was green or red for the cars in front of you. So if they were stopping or going, it was blocked off from the vision of the actual crossers, pedestrians, people walking across. So we had to like guess when the cars would stop and then run across. And then there was like another street. I mean, it was no bigger than, see that guy in front of us? It was no bigger than this street. It had 3 separate crossings. I just don't, anyway, cute little town so far. I think I think as we get closer, it's supposed to be more old towny, as far as I can tell. Like there's like a part that's like next to the beach and stuff like that. But we're still looking for the main train terminal, and I don't think that this is necessarily it. All right, apparently we found it. I expected it to be a little bit bigger, but yeah, it's not a gigantic town. So Southampton Central, we definitely found it. And I think now we're just gonna wait for our friend to arrive. Yeah. We're actually pretty lucky as well because it's not super cold. You would have assumed it'd be a little bit chillier and rainier since we're in the UK, but I think it should be a pretty good day. Pretty excited. All right, so I think we found city center or near city center. There are no signs here and nowhere, anywhere. Like it's the weirdest city I think we've been to thus far when traveling. You would have, like, so the moment we got off the ship, you would have assumed that there was something that basically said like, hey, here's how to get to the city center. Nope, we had to walk around by ourselves. All the streets don't have like proper cross signs or crossings or the little crossing man that says, you know, you can cross the street. But here we are. I think this is it. This looks pretty... Okay, oh, never mind. Okay. This is Starbucks. Like, we're definitely... Okay.
It looks like a castle.
Civilization. This is the defibrillator stop on the street. There's a gigantic mall, which is also kind of weird because that was also posted as like one of the main things to see in the city.
Ugly road.
Close. This is Ugly Road. Ogle. Welcome to Diamond Head Car Wash. Okay. So the friend we were trying to meet, hello if you're watching this, the UK has extremely different like rail services. They're owned by multiple different companies. So the first one that she was on broke down and then she had to get onto another one. And then that one also went in the wrong direction and now she's on the third train that it won't arrive for like another hour. So we just decided to basically simply go on a walk on our own until she finally ends up arriving instead of actually... It's terrible, terrible, terrible. One time we were trying to go from London to somewhere along the east coast, I believe it was, and it took like 3 hours because we had to keep changing multiple trains. This feels a little city century. Yeah, pretty sure this is it. We got to figure out how to get back to the main train station when she arrives, but it should be relatively easy. Weather's not too bad as well, which is kind of nice. Yeah, there's like a little castle thing in front of us. Roll on breakfast. Okay. So far, first major highlight of the day is that eye crack. I don't know why that's what the store is called.
Sometimes when you get to a new country, you just need some eye crack.
I assume it has to do with maybe a cracked screen, but that is not the normal. Also, one called size. It smells like something's burning. Okay. I think we should swing back in about 5 minutes just to pick her up. And then we go through the whole blah blah blah. So wow. So crazy. I keep forgetting the different side of the street thing as well, which is not too good. I'm not trying to get hit by anything. Fun little cute park. A lot of like, I don't even know, I don't want to assume that these are, they're definitely not roses. I was going to say like a rose tree. it's something. It's a cute little area. We walked off the main path. Once again, the friend we are trying to meet up with, these are very pretty. The whole park is like full of these. The friend that we're trying to meet up with, I mean, the first train she was on broke down. The second train that she got on, which was supposed to have gone in a certain direction, went 2 stops in the wrong direction, and everybody was told to get off. So the station where she currently is right now, they were told to get onto another train, and they got onto that train, and she just told me that they weren't able for the last 20 minutes, this way, whichever go, that they weren't able to find a train conductor, so everyone had to get off the train, and now she's waiting for another 10 minutes for another. That's a huge seagull. Holy guac. Oh my gosh, I think it's huge. Whoa. We also just saw like a pigeon that had like muscles on its neck. These things are huge. So she's waiting for the next train now. It probably won't get to Southampton for another 40 minutes or so. So, yeah. I mean, it's a cute little house over there, whatever that is. Let's go this way. It's an interesting city. Expected it to be a little bit more historic, I want to say. I think I had another vision in my head of what a seaside town would be, but I mean, we also haven't really gotten to the sea per se, so maybe it'll change in a little bit. But as of now, it's a very cute little park that we found to be able to walk through. A lot of the high street or the main street was just once again tons of what do you call it? Like chain shops. Every single, it's so sad. There's so many. I mean, not even just in Europe. Wherever you go, every single main area of a city is just the same exact shops over and over. You kind of expect a little. The word isn't diversity. Like more mom and pop shops. You know, things that you don't have in your country. Like this is why you go to Paris. You go to Paris to have these little, tiny little bakeries, and all of, you know, they're all unique and different. You don't really go for Starbucks or the other chains, but just what it is. Anyway, found a cute area. Hopefully if we find some more cute stuff, I will show everybody. But now just waiting for my friend to arrive, hopefully within the next 40 minutes and not the next 2.5 hours, because apparently the trains in this country are absolutely terrible. Why are you dropping litter? It says I don't care about the city, I don't care about the planet, I don't care about our future, I don't care about a fine, I'm selfish, all of the above. Drop litter here can end up in the ocean. That's true because we're right next to the water, but I'm going to assume a lot of people don't care. So, yeah. Okay. So, finally got my friend. Say hello.
Hello.
And her son. Hello. He's preoccupied because we saw a bunch of dogs running around. So we finally made it into the city. Having a little walk now, just had some lunch. Yeah. It's actually quite sunny today. E-I-E-I-O, yeah. He's running ahead of me, so I have him on the thing. I think as far as I can tell, there's like this historic building over there, and we should be able to start walking towards the water as well, because this is supposed to be a seaside town. I'm gonna try and flip it around again. I don't know if you can see it. There's a pigeon stuck between the windows, but none of the windows are open. So, how did he? And I can't open it. Yeah, how did he? Oh gosh, that's so sad. Yeah, that's kind of weird. Isn't that the weirdest thing in the world?
How the hell?
We can't figure out how.
Bingo license. Pigeon's the first prize.
Pigeon bingo.
Oh, that's sad. Alright, I think we entered a more historic part of the city at this point. The buildings look a lot different compared to where we were. I don't know if you can hear my friends laughing behind me. I have no idea what any of this is, so I won't even lie and pretend that I actually know what it is or what it looks like. Gigantic anchor here. There's a lot of ruins in this town in particular. This is Hampton once again. That looks like it was part of the actual city wall, or there was like a castle or something that happened here. I will not be reading all of that out, but please take your time to read all of it if you want to. It's very pretty. Oh, hey. You can actually... Okay, I'm trying to signal to my friends that I'm going inside, but they're not paying attention. Okay, there we go. I was pointing the entire time, telling them that I was going inside. It almost looks like an old video game, like so many parts of the city. It's very weird because you have this, and then you look right over there and you have a super modern building, but this is all over the place. The entire city is like this. And I assume it was an original British town or something of the sort. It's very pretty, but so much of it has been destroyed or kind of just left over. Erected on this church here in 1320, damaged by enemy action during the war. Known for centuries as a church of the sailors, the ruins have been preserved by the people of Southampton as a memorial and garden of rest dedicated to those who served Navy and lost their lives at sea. Very pretty. Okay, we found a harbor, but there's no like dock. There's no kind of walking area. We can kind of go around. This just seems to be it. I mean, it's not pretty, but on the left or right?
Like on the other side of town.
Okay.
Like it's the same distance we walked already to get over to like the actual like
The other side of town. Currently back on the ship. Wasn't that big of a city like we thought. Hold on, there's someone in front of me. Yeah, wasn't that big of a city. It wasn't terrible by any means, but the footage that you got is the footage that you got. Currently off to dinner. I think we're gonna try and find an Italian place. I think it's at the very, very end of the ship. So we have to walk through the other restaurants first before we can get there. I think this is the big tree place now. Yeah, eat here. Yeah. Okay. This is also, if you remember in the other video, are we near the spa place?
Oh no, it's on another floor.
It has the same exact colors. Okay.
This is the one he said was really pretty the other day when we walked through.
Ah, this is the Italian place that we're going to be eating. Let's hope they have some really good food. I mean, I'm sure they do. I think everything we've had here thus far has been pretty good.
Let's not talk about the other place.
I mean, you know.
Well, I guess it's also Spanish.
You think?
It's like Mediterranean maybe? Because all the people we're seeing are Spanish. Pretty much all the people are Spanish.
it's also a very nice restaurant. Where's the pizza? Oh, yeah. I want pizza tonight. Yeah. Let's find out some food. Hello. Maybe we can find some next time. Okay, let's try and get one near the window. This restaurant's huge, my gosh. No, sorry. I think we're gonna have a hard time. Maybe towards the back. Hope you all don't mind the ride to us trying to find a table. No, they both have X's on them. Oh crap, it's fine. I think it's fine. Okay, I got more of a smorgasbord kind of thing going on here. Just kind of picked up anything that I could find. Ended up getting it. Got my 2 teas. And I think it's like a cookie chocolate something. I don't know what that is. And there's a tiny tiramisu.